working. Growing up, my family has had the privilege to make that choice. The choice to not to be a perfect parent at home. The choice to work during school hours and the ability to care for my sister and I's every need. Now that we're older, my mom has gone back into the workforce, which was difficult for her, as I'm sure it was for many people. She had to specifically seek out employment that would allow her to provide for her needs. Jobs that only have work hours during the day. This year, with the impact of COVID-19, where schools have been shut down, workers have lost their jobs, and millions of lives lost, my dad made this choice to stay home for my sister and I instead of going to work. Our world is not set up for families. Families like mine, where I have to choose which parents I get to see. Families like the Tylers, where they're running off of one salary in a single-parent home. Senator Warren, make the choice of fight for a world where people do not have to work just to survive, but receive a livable wage. Just imagine a world where everyone can have access to sustainable, good, fair jobs and not have to make hard decisions in order to support themselves and their families. Senator Warren, you said when running for president that you would fight for working families. I'm asking you to keep your promise and fight for working families. By signing the Good Jobs for All pledge, so they no longer have to make the choice that my parents had. Right now, the world needs to be set up for people to live sustainably, for people to have jobs. I'm calling on Senator Warren to individuals, the future, and the people struggling and in need. Thank you. This is what democracy looks like. My mom is a pediatrician. When she's not at work, she's on call. She gets paid to take calls during dinner, and she has a hard time taking 3 days on the holidays. She's working for me, working for my sister, working for our future. There's no one in my house who can take the wheel when she needs a break. There is no other option. And when I say no other option, I mean she can't drop me off at school. She can't take a day off to herself when she gets tired, and there's no one who can tell her it's okay to take a moment to breathe. She can't stop because she is the sole source of income in my household. Single-parent homes have to put in the effort to make up for the support they don't have. This is how the world is set up. This is not the ideal, not even close. I have the privilege to have a strong financial support from my courageous, hardworking mom, but not everyone has this privilege. This pledge needs to be signed for all single-parent homes to have the opportunity for good-paying jobs. What do we want? Good jobs! When do we want them? Now! When I was 7 years old, I got off the school bus to be met with my mom at the end of the street. I was so excited because she worked a 9-to-5 job and I never got to see her. She commuted an hour and a half to get there, so my time with her was wasted. I idolized my mom. I did not see her as much as I hoped. Unfortunately, she was not meeting me at the bus stop to spend the day with me. She had just lost her job. She was laid off. My hard-working, single parent of 2 mother had just lost her job. Not uncertain of the future, just uncertain of, I was uncertain about everything. I was confused, I was 7 years old, I did not know what it meant that my mom had just been laid off. Unfortunately, that I wasn't allowed to be naive for much longer. The free time I spent with my mom never came. She spent every waking hour looking for a new job, concerned how she would put food on the table and pay the mortgage. We had just survived the 2008-07 recession, and we were knocked down again. The time we were supposed to be spent bonding as a family, she spent behind a screen looking everywhere and anywhere to find a job so she could support a family of 3. The time she should have spent at my softball games, she spent on Indeed instead. My mom was qualified for hundreds of jobs across hundreds of fields as well. The jobs just did not exist. If my mom had had access to good, sustainable jobs right off the bat,
She would have been able to make it to my softball games instead of crunching numbers. She would have been asking what we wanted to do that evening instead of asking people for recommendations. This is just my story as well. Millions of teenagers like me have stories that parallel mine. They spent their days carefree and naive, but we don't get to be naive anymore. We have to stand here and fight so our younger brothers and sisters get to be naive. We need jobs so that everyone and anyone willing and capable to work can join the workforce and help us create a strong and green society. Children and teenagers should be allowed to act their age. We should not be here. Most of us are under 18 and fighting for jobs we cannot even apply for yet. Senator Warren, I am asking you to enter, as I am about to enter the field of politics, a field you inspired me to enter. It is one of the toughest fields to succeed in, and there is no job security and placement out of college. I know it is challenging and scary to try and find good jobs for millions of Americans, but I am asking you, as someone following in your footsteps, to do everything in your power to pass legislation to do so. We will keep fighting with or without you, so we ask you kindly to join us as we fight to create jobs for a better, cleaner, and greener United States.
It was a very proud time for me. I had just graduated from college. After finishing my last couple months of school, trying Zoom class and enjoying all the difficulties that came with that, I proudly took my degree in hand and hung my head in shame and moved back home with my parents. The pandemic was settling in around us. It was hard to find a job, and I know that now, a year later, a lot of people are still struggling. Over time, it was tough for me. I had the benefit of support from family. I could search for something, but not everybody has that. Eventually, I found work as a contact tracer, helping Massachusetts stem the spread of COVID in our communities, and found a new sense of meaning, of purpose. And every day I now get to connect with people who are going through this terrible, stressful time, dealing with disease and exposure to virus and fear, and help them through it. In the same way, the climate crisis is closing in around us. It threatens our livelihoods the way that COVID does now. So we have heard a promise to build back better. This is how we build back better. We need to guarantee anyone who wants to be part of the energy transition, of climate solutions, a good job, with decent wages and safe conditions. So I want Senator Warren to take the lessons of the pandemic and invest in our communities with the Good Jobs for All guarantee.
Yeah!